Islanders, my name is Anissa Hilaire and I'm back again with another one of our weekly weather forecasts. Today is Wednesday, April 16th, 2025. Diving right in, we're going to be looking at our weather objectives for the week. We're going to be looking at mostly partly cloudy days. We're going to be looking at some mid-80s for the temperatures, mid-humidity, as well as a pretty windy week. For our issued warnings, we actually don't have any. And as far as our traffic is concerned, we're doing pretty good over here on Ocean Drive. The drive should have been pretty nice and clear. I took the bus this morning and I got to school in 3 minutes from my apartment. And as you move down from Ennis-Joslyn, pretty smooth sailing, just maybe a little bit of slowdown here, nothing too major. And as we get down into town, nothing too major, just little slowdowns here at these intersections over here. And as we move along the SPID all the way up to the Crosstown Expressway, should be pretty smooth sailing as well. Just be mindful of lane closures as well as construction areas throughout town. Now for our temperature outlook for the day. This morning it was a nice 71 degrees. Currently it is 78 degrees, and in the evening we're going to reach our low of 69, as well as pretty cloudy skies throughout the day. For our daily outlook, as I mentioned, it is currently 78 degrees. We have a high of 81 that we should be reaching in just a little while, and our low of 69 that we'll get later on this evening. It does feel like 75 degrees, and we do have wind, as I mentioned, pretty strong over here, southeast blowing at 20 miles per hour, and we have pretty much no rain for today, and humidity kind of in the mid-range at 64, not too bad, but not too dry. For our beach forecast, over in Port Aransas, they're going to be looking at 72 degrees. They have a high of 77 for the day and a low of 67. Their feels like temperature is 80 degrees for them, and they have a little bit higher humidity at 73, and a little bit lower wind at 13 miles per hour. As far as their rip currents from the National Weather Service, it gives a low risk, so it is pretty safe to get into the water. Now for our 7-day forecast, we're going to be looking at clouds most of the week, as for Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, with only Thursday and Friday really being sunny. The highs for this week are going to be in the low to mid 80 range, and then for our lows for this week, it's going to be mostly 70s, except for today where we'll see that 169. Rain chances for today, as well as throughout the week, like I mentioned, 1, so pretty much nothing today, as it will increase starting Sunday, where we're potentially looking at some showers late Sunday night into Monday. Humidity, we're going to be looking at pretty mid-range, as I mentioned, mid to high 60s, and then mid to low 70s. And then we have our moon phases for this week. We're going to be looking at a waning gibbous for the first half of the week. We got our last quarter on Sunday, and then for Monday we're going to be looking at a waning crescent. Now this is going to be a time for gratitude, rest, and letting go. Now that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope you have a wonderful day.